Hello, my name is Werner. I'm the promoter for Rocking Vienna, the festival on the Danube Island, and you are watching Guitar Mania.
Hi again.
Hello, hi again. Yeah.
We just did finished our German version of the interview we conducted with you, and now we're doing an English one for the international audience that will hopefully be coming to Rock in Vienna.
Yes, we have ticket sales in like 20 different countries. So
you're kidding? 20 different countries?
Yeah, so we are definitely becoming more and more an international festival.
That's cool. I mean, do you know approximately where the most people are coming from?
Obviously from the neighbor countries like Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovakia and Slovenia. But also there are a lot of people coming from the UK, surprisingly, as well as from Denmark. So yeah, that's like the main territories. I mean, there are people coming from Singapore and from Japan and so on, but that's not like buses full of people.
Do you actually play the guitar?
Unfortunately, not anymore. I played bass, quite talentless, so I left this out and changed the sides to the backstage, and I'm finally buying and selling guitar players and bass players, and but it's still one of my favorite instruments.
You have put together a great package this year again. Which bands are your personal favorites?
Rammstein, of course, because it's like my 7th show with Rammstein, and it's always different, and it's always a happening to see that, and it's pretty much gorgeous to see the show of Rammstein. But also baby metal, for example, because I mean, you hate them or you love them, but it's not. There is no. How to say?
Nothing in between. As you said, either you love or hate them.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Nothing in between. And I mean, they are playing Tokyo Dome this year. They played in London Wembley Arena. It's a huge band, and it's coming they are coming the second time to the festival, and I'm really glad about that. So. But also bands like, of course, Iron Maiden or Nightwish, Biffy Clyro, Iggy Pop. I mean, there are so many great bands on the billing this year. And that's really good because when you're booking a festival, you can buy all these artists you like. And yeah, that's what we did.
You mentioned Iron Maiden. Are they coming with Ad Force One?
Yes, Ad Force One is landing at Vienna Airport. I guess it's the only airport where you can land with this plane in Austria. And yeah, they are bringing 60 tons of equipment with them, their whole crew, and also Eddie.
Excellent, and probably or presumably a big logistical challenge for you guys.
Yes, I mean, a festival is always a big challenge, obviously. It's more complicated than to do a single headline show like Metallica at Stadthalle. But it's the fun. It's the fun part on it. It's the fun part to put together a setup for all the headliners to be happy with. To put together also amps, a selection of amps that everybody has something to play or to get loud. So if one needs a Marshall and the other one a PV and the other one a crank amp and the other one a Mesa Boogie, then you have to supply those, or you need a pod to put everything together. Yeah, and it's a puzzle. It's actually you have a lot of puzzle pieces what you have to put together. We did that quite well last year, also with the help of the weather. We hope to have the same weather conditions this year, and yeah, we're looking very much forward to it.
How many people are working just in terms of backstage and the efforts that are involved in preparing such a big event? How many people are there working on a daily basis at the festival?
I mean, it's about 1,000, a little bit more than 1,000 people working on the whole festival site. including securities, police, fire brigade, whatever, as well as technicians and backstage hosts, caterers, and so on. So it's a big bunch of people who is involved in that whole festival, and just if everybody's doing his job or her job, it's getting to a big picture. All those puzzle pieces, to come back to this example, are getting back to a big picture, which hopefully looks good. Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself? How did it come about that you started working for festivals? How does one get to become the CEO of one of the biggest agencies in Austria?
Well, it's like those things are always happening by accident. So my accident was that I was a very young and talentless bass player with my band who wanted to play as a support for Biohazard in 1999, I guess, and at Open House Oberwart, it was called. And they had nobody doing the production, so they were like, yeah, you can play with your band, but you need to do the production as well. And my English was really, really bad at that time, and I had no clue about production at all. So it was quite a fancy experience at that time. And from that time, the shows developed, the size of the shows developed. It was small clubs, then there were bigger clubs, then there were arenas, then there were stadiums, then there were festivals. So at the end of the day, I did all of them. And I'm quite thankful about this. I'm used to work, or I'm still working with a lot of really, really big names in the entertainment industry. And for example, Marcel Avram, who just became 78, and he's still doing a lot of shows. And he did 4 Michael Jackson World Tours. He did the most shows on the last AC/DC Black Ice tour. And he's a legend. And to work with a legend is a great experience. And I'm quite thankful about this, as well as I'm happy to work with DEAC up from last year. DEAC is quite a big promoter. Nobody knows that, but I mean, they are doing 2,000 shows a year in 4 different countries. Kilimanjaro and Raymond Gaby in the UK are part of the company network, as well as Visit Promotion in Germany, doing most of the rock or metal shows for the group in Germany, as well as Good News Entertainment in Switzerland, and our friend Stefan Mattei is running that company. So there are a lot of companies or shows involved in DEAC, and therefore it's great to be part of that network and being rising up the Austrian flag on this. That makes fun.
That's great. Of course, we're interested. What was your first concert, and what are your top 5 records of all time?
My top 5 Oh, Jesus. My first show ever was a rock hip show in South Burgenland, who were quite famous at that time with a #1 song called The Boxer. My parents brought me there, so...
How old were you?
I think 10 or 8 or something like that. So my parents did a great job in rising me musically. There's the story when I was 3 years old, and they took me with them to a biker meeting, and I came back with a bottle with pink liquid, and they didn't know what it was, so they took it away from me. It started quite early. My top 5 albums are, they are various good records. I just can tell you what currently my beloved records are. First of all, it's like Far Beyond Driven from Pantera. That's like, in my eyes, a masterpiece, and that's really a record who follows me for a long time, as well as Down, the first album from Down, Nola. Crowbar, obviously. So Phil Anselmo and Kirk Windstein and all those guys had a big influence on me. But as well, I love the live album from Biffy Clyro, which is really great. And what else? I guess something from Metallica, like Ride the Lightning, is also something which follows me for a long time. And currently it's, funny enough, Royal Republic with their new album, which is great. And Bombus from Scandinavia, they, I don't know, I think they will be the next Motorhead, or they could be the next Motorhead. It's really good live band, and yeah, that's something which is on my desk for next year.
Cool, excellent. On that note, Werner, thank you so much.
Thank you very
Looking
much.
forward to this year's festival, and yeah, last message for all festival goers.
Yeah, well, the last message for all festival goers is come. I mean, it's like 3rd to 5th of June. It's the Danube Island. It's beautiful there. It's directly in the city center. You can go there by subway within 20 minutes from all angles of Vienna. So be there. It will be nice, clean, with a lot of good music, and yeah, of course, also beer, maybe.